Hi, everybody. So, this is just going to be a quick talk, but there's a lot to say about activity streams. We could go for 40 minutes here, which would probably really piss off the next speaker. So, to figure out exactly where we want to go with this, I want to understand a little bit about you guys. I'll stand forward so I can see past the lights. So, who here's a Jira customer? Awesome. Confluence? Fisheye or Crucible? Bamboo? Anyone using Bitbucket? Anyone create an account in the last 2 minutes after hearing from Justin? Not yet. Okay. Hopefully by the end of the day, or at least tomorrow when you get back to the office. So, one last question. Who here's ever written an Atlassian plugin? Only a couple. All right. We'll skip over that somewhat then. So, awesome. So, we're talking about activity streams. My name is Devo Flynn. I'm product manager at Atlassian with responsibility for integration. It means I see over a whole bunch of things, sort of dabble in everything really, you could say. So, what's a stream? Why do you care? The two places you're most likely to have seen them recently, your Facebook newsfeed and Twitter. The important things about these streams are that they're a reverse chronological list of items. So newest at the top, getting older. It's rich, particularly on Facebook. Twitter's done some work, but Facebook, you see thumbnails there, you see likes. You get a really good sense of what's going on just by looking at the stream. You don't need to click through. And there's actions. So for a lot of common things, like you can like stuff, you can comment, you can share. On Twitter you can reply, you can retweet, you can favorite, all without leaving the stream. And that's actually really important. Because the goal of an activity stream is to give you one place where you can see what's going on, understand, get a flavor, you might say, of what's going on in your organization, what's happening in your development team, and then actually take action on that. So if every time you see a Jira issue come through and you've got to click through to the issue, read down the comments, make a decision, write a comment, resolve it, then you've got to go back to the stream and you've lost your context, right? So we've seen a few integrations already over the last couple of days that help you keep you in the moment. Zobni's Outlook integration for Jira is an excellent example. You can work without leaving your email client. With streams, we're getting to the point where you can work without leaving your stream. So, one-stop access to information, right? We want one place. Let me see if I can get this clicker to work. Right. So one-stop access to information. You only need to look in one place to understand everything that's happening in your development team. Right? Who's creating issues, customers, external stakeholders, who's writing code, who's doing code reviews, see the comments or the arguments or the flame wars, step in and separate two people before they kill each other, all that good stuff. Taking action without leaving the stream. As I mentioned, one of the most important things is this ability to stay where you are. Stay in the stream, take the most common actions, and then move on to the next item. And integrate and extend. So, Atlassian, we're only some of the tools you use every day. Hopefully, we're the tools you like using most, but we don't do everything, and we don't want to. But what we do want to do is make it possible for you to use our tools with your tools. So, to that end, we've focused a lot on making this easy to pull into other tools and to add your custom content. So, whoa, that got a bit louder. I'll have some pictures. Shiny, pretty. So, this is a Jira activity stream. You can see here, we've got files being attached, we've got issues being linked, we've got comments being made, we've got rich rendering of tables, we've got icons, we've got the ability to reply directly to the comment without leaving the stream. You can watch the issue, you can vote. With Bamboo builds, as we saw in the keynote yesterday, you can run builds directly from within the stream. So on your Jira dashboard, you don't need to leave it. If you set up a stream that just watches failed builds, you check that in the morning, see that flaky build failed again overnight, run, move on to the rest of your job. Fisheye change sets. So you can get a really deep understanding of what's happening in your code base from Jira. And you can create code reviews directly. Maybe, some organizations, who here does code review? Give me a show of hands. Awesome. Who does code review all the time? Far fewer people. The biggest hand was the guy who wrote the tool. So, when you're doing code review, if you do it sort of some of the time, a lot of the time, from the stream, you can get a really good understanding of what looks scary and risky. You see, there's 25 files in that change set, and it's messing around in some hairy bits of the code. Create review. Crucible will suggest the right reviewers, and off you go. So, developing with activity streams. We output the activity streams format, which is a standard, and makes it really easy for you to get data from Atlassian applications into your custom apps. Lots of people support this, Socialcast, Google, Yammer, various others. Inline actions, we just saw those, the create review, the watch, comment, vote. You can write your own. So if there's something you want to do with an Atlassian application, it's about 20 lines of JavaScript, and off you go. And providers. I'll skip very briefly over this, as most of you have said you don't really do development, but you can actually, or develop on Atlassian applications, you can write a provider that creates new streams entries. So you can insert activity into Jira or into Confluence from your custom apps. So particularly, if you have deployment information, availability, uptime, you can have your monitoring system put information into your Jira dashboard every time a system goes down. Right? And it's really easy. It's a REST endpoint. You provide a few simple parameters, boom, shows up in Jira. It's awesome. However, the top tip, and this is the most critical thing I'd say with activity streams, who here's got a development team of more than 10 people? Right. 10 people working hard all day long? If you try and watch everything, you're not going to have a clue what's going on. There's just so much activity, so many things going past. Top tip is to filter, right? You need to decide what's going to give you the biggest bang for your buck, right? Now, to that end, we have a really, really powerful filtering interface in the new streams. You can decide exactly what you want to watch. And so for a lot of people, I would say Jira issue creation, Confluence blogs, comments on both. Comments are always good. Things that humans do are really important. So any place that someone comments, even comments in reviews, comments on issues, comments on blog posts, I'd really prioritize that. You'll find it's a really good indicator of what content in Confluence you want to pay attention to as well. Once people start talking about it, it's probably important. It's a very good signal. Bamboo builds, be careful. If you want to watch all builds, you may find very quickly that you don't have anything else in your stream. Failed builds are much more useful. And if you really need to see something that's really noisy, Jira dashboard's got all sorts of gadgets on it. You can put two. Put a stream on the left-hand side, which is the stuff you really need to know about. So issue creation, comments from Confluence and Jira and Crucible, and maybe, say, failed builds. On the right-hand side, put the stuff that, like a Twitter stream, you dip in and out of, like your Facebook news feed. Your job isn't to know everything that's going on with this. It's just dip in, have a look, dip out. Doesn't matter if you miss stuff. So split the streams like that, and you'll give yourself a much, much better chance. So, lastly, I should probably tell you when all of this stuff's going to show up, shouldn't I? Jira Studio. Who here's a Studio customer? Awesome. You guys get it first. So June release of Studio is going to have all this new streams in. Give us your feedback. You'll be the first people to see it. Tell us what you think. It's coming in Jira 4.4 then, and it'll be in all the products within a few months. So within a few months, what's going to happen is you'll have Jira installed, you'll have Confluence content, Fisheye content, Crucible content, and Bamboo content all on your Jira dashboard, no matter how you've deployed your products. That's your takeaway. Questions? Anyone? Yep.
One of our big challenges is to look at activity streams and try to detect scope change for sprints of the releases.
Yep.
Do you have any suggestions on how to do that until this feature comes along?
Okay. So the question was, how do we detect scope changes in releases? How do we use streams to try and find this out, detect it, early warning? Is that a fair summary?
Yeah.
Right. So the new streams will make that a lot easier because you can basically search for edits on specs or comments. Today in Jira, there are activity streams at a project level and a user level. They're not nearly as filterable. So it's going to be tough. I would say it's not much. You're going to find it really hard today. There's just not. You can't narrow the content down enough. But come June, what I would say is set a stream, which is just your Jira stories or improvements or epics or whatever issue type, edits to that and comments on that in one stream. And if you keep your specs in Confluence, then Confluence page edits and comments on those, and that'll give you the signal that things are changing.
Yeah, our primary challenge is stuff moving in and out of different fixed cores.
Ah, right, yeah. Okay, so again, you can filter on that.
Yeah.
You can, yes.
Hey, big round of applause for Dave.
Thank you.